We back. We back. Yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Chat. Chat. Hey, chat. Chat.
Escape. Chat. Chat.
Yes. Yes. For sure.
Escape. Chat. Yeah.
My guy Sold in the building. W fam, what's the word? Good to see you. Who you first, Sold? You live right now? What's the word? What's going on? Yeah.
Shoot 'em like Fox.
Go.
Rapping,
Oh,
I rock. Run up the
yeah.
I love the box. I am the one. Big Gatling gun. Bright as the sun.
Let's go. What's going on, family? Another one. What are we talking about? Yes. What's up, bro? I was watching YT, got a noti. So to pop in, hey, that's what I'm talking about. YouTube noti's going crazy. That's what's up, Soul, man. How's everything going? How's your week, man? It's good to see you, fam. We're gonna get a couple other people in the building. We have a special one. Got a special one this morning, Soul. It's going to be a good time. Yes. Welcome back, everybody. This is OhnahjiU. I'm Brian, founder behind OhnahjiU University. We got a special one this morning. I'm excited. We got another Undivided Attention. Yes. Season 2 continues today with episode 12. We have an amazing individual. We'll get in. He's in the waiting room right now, so we'll get him in just a second. And get going. But yes, we're on day 194 of this 365 streaming journey, going crazy. I'm having a blast with all you guys. So yes, appreciate you. My week's amazing, bro. What about yours? Absolutely goated, man. I cannot complain. Last week, this week, Black History Month, February has been ending up super nicely. I cannot complain. Drex, my guy in a building. What's the word, family? Yes, boss in a building. Big mod energy. Bandy, my guy in a building. Now y'all coming through. All right, cool. Let's get our special guest up and in the building. Let's get it. Yo, bro, I'm a newbie. What's Undivided Attention? W question sold. Undivided Attention is one of probably our second longest running segment over at OhnahjiU. Before we were in this live stream journey, we were doing Twitter Spaces. So our mission has been to educate and elevate, the home team, Black, Brown, and Allied folks in emerging technology. This individual that we're speaking to today is one of those super supporters that the Ohnahji fam, as you see it today, as you saw it 4 years ago, wouldn't have been here. So yes, we got a very special guest. So I'm excited. But Undivided Attention, basically our OhnahjiU approach to an interview, sit down podcast. So they've been pretty goated. We're on season 2. This is episode 12. But yeah, we sit down with extraordinary individuals in our network, and this individual is up there. Boss said present and accounted for. That's what's up. Drex said, how you doing? Amazing. My guy, first message, Bandy. It's good to see you. That's sick, bro. Yes, you'll see. So it's gonna be a goated time. All right, let's get to it, family. All right, so I got my guy. It's a special day as well too. Yesterday he celebrated his birthday, so when he comes in, you got to spam the chat with happy belated. We're gonna find out how his day went yesterday and everything like that. So yeah, I know he's in good spirits. I know he had a great day yesterday as well too, and carrying that over into the weekend. We do birthday weekends around this thing. So yes. But we got super supporter, super talented artist, curator, creative. Just been, man, like I said, Ohnahji wouldn't be here today or how you seen it over this whole journey without this man. He's one of the super whales, super supporters in the Ohnahji fam. He's a big Dean energy faculty forever, man. So yes, we're gonna find more about this man's journey. But you guys, welcome. Put a warm welcome for an Undivided Attention. Let's give him our Undivided Attention. We got none other than John Taylor, my guy JT in the building. Big Dean energy. Y'all welcome JT.
What's good?
Hey, my God. Let me see. Do I still have the air horns? I do. I do.
Appreciate you.
That's what
Appreciate
I'm
you.
talking about. Appreciate you, fam. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for
Likewise.
for sitting down with us. Yeah, man. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. W intro. JT, before we get started, bro. Yeah, exactly. Happy late birthday, brother. Cake's going
No,
crazy. That's
thank
what
you.
I'm
Thank
talking
you.
about. How was
Appreciate
your
it.
day yesterday? How was your day?
It was good, man. A lot of people showing love. It was cool to see a lot of people that I haven't spoken to in a while wish me happy birthday. It was cool to catch
Dope.
up with a couple people. So yeah,
Heck yeah.
it's it felt like a big digital hug.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. No, that's
Yeah.
and that's kind of what the Onaji fam is accustomed to, right? Some of that those
Mm-hmm.
digital hugs, digital love, man. Just really building community, building connection, and you've been one of those super supporters in not only the OhnahjiU fam, just helping build our journey, but also just taking that ethos into the home team and into Black and Brown and allied folks out there and really supporting them and finding those artists and inspiring them as well too in your own journey. So yeah, we're gonna get
Yeah, for
into it
sure, for
today.
sure.
We're gonna get into it today. It's gonna be an amazing conversation. But yeah, man, how's your day going today? You
It's good. I'm out here in Nebraska right now. The weather's at like 60, so yeah, it's good. It's a beautiful day out here.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that journey. You look like you on the road. That's what I'm talking about. So shout out
Yeah,
to Jay,
always working.
one of our logistics kings, man. He keeps uh, he's one of those individuals in the world that keeps our IRL lives going, keeps the packages coming, keeps the infrastructure going. Not enough love gets shown to our logistics folks out there. So shout out to you, man. And we'll get into it how that has kind of been overlapping into your Web3 journey, your digital journey, your artist journey, and stuff too. So I think it's a pretty cool little story.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, for sure.
Well, tell us a little bit about that. Tell us how you got into, logistics, how long you've been doing that, and let's get into a little bit of your backstory.
Okay. Well, I started driving back in 2013. I was in between jobs, and I was looking for something that was a little more challenging than a regular 9 to 5. And this was back when Craigslist was popping heavy. So I had put in a post that I was looking for a job, and this company actually reached out to me asking me if I wanted to be a truck driver. And when I first seen the response, I was like, like, could I actually see myself being a truck driver? Because it was so different than what I was used to. Because I'm just used to a regular 9 to 5. So I saw it as more of a challenge, but also a way just to see a different side of the country and just be in a different industry altogether. So I just jumped on the opportunity and been doing it ever since.
That's lit. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I got a little static on the mic. I don't know if it's rubbing on the
Oh,
shirt, but
might be.
yeah,
Is this better
no,
right here?
nothing. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah,
All
for
right,
sure.
cool, cool, cool.
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. No, it's been super interesting, man. We met 4 years ago, through the Onaji fam, and when you first told me that journey, is like I think that's so cool because I think one of my ethos is like I think the fountain of youth is movement, is moving, and
Yeah.
for humans, we're not really a stationary type of species. We
Mm-hmm.
thrive when we move and see the world, and I'm kind of envious. I'm not gonna lie, because you'd be like, we're like, yo, JT, where you at? Tapping in on Saturdays. You're like, where are you at? And he's like, oh, I'm here. I'm over here. Getting the
Everywhere.
miles in. Yeah. So
For sure, for sure. Yeah, it's been fun. It's definitely been a huge learning journey. Just seeing different perspectives of the country and just how people are living in different places. It's just been
yeah,
really cool to see.
yeah. It's a diversification of your mindset. You get to see
Facts,
what
facts.
other people think, how they move, and how they're living. Yeah. It's a game changer for sure. All right, let me pull up some of these questions real quick. Let me pull up some of these questions, and also shout out to the live audience. If you guys have any questions for our guy JT throughout any of it, go ahead. Feel free to chat it up, and we'll get to those questions as well too. For sure, for sure, for sure. I was gonna get to that, boss. That's a W one. Boss in the building. Another super supporter, right hand, just like JT. Favorite area of the U.S.
Oh,
Good one.
favorite area. That's a really good one. I would say kind of like the hmm, I'd say like Midwest, like any like between like Chicago, the Gary, Indiana area, all the way over to Ohio, like the and like by Erie, Pennsylvania, like just that whole like from 80 all the way across 80, 90 all the way across. That's a cool little area there.
It's fire. That's fire. Yeah, that's too funny. I know about the 80, but only on the tiny little West Coast side from, from the coast
Yeah.
to about, Nevada.
There's only
That's
like
dope.
a few interstates that go from coast to coast.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. One of my things on my bucket list is to hit the what is it, the 95, the historic is it 95? No, maybe not.
Yeah, not
Like
that
the
goes from yeah all the way up like Maine all the way down. Yeah,
Yep. Yep. Do
all the
folks
way to
always
Florida.
ask you for directions? I'm crying. See if I can
Nah,
hit this.
cause I mean everybody got a GPS on their phone, so nah.
That's too funny. That's
It's pretty simple to navigate nowadays compared to the old MapQuest days.
right. Shout out to MapQuest. Hey,
Right.
MapQuest had us either right or in shambles, man.
You gotta be born in the 1900s to remember MapQuest.
That's too funny. That's too funny. When's the last time you had to like break out like a physical map? Like if you was like,
Sheesh.
it's been a minute.
Yeah, shit, long time. Cause shoot, even when I started, I mean, I've usually been using Google Maps for the most part. Cause I had a trucker GPS for a little while, but I mean, at the same time, I
Okay,
was still able to navigate with Google Maps. So I've been a
there you
faithful
go.
Google Maps user.
That's too funny. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, cool. Let's get into a little bit of this art transition. So with us, you started off as a heavy super supporter, big well energy, but then you got into the art side and you were kind of remixing some of the Onahjis, getting into
Hmm.
that, which was a goaded part of the journey. What was it about the community that made you want to kind of dive in and create? Um, have you always been on that art side?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've definitely been a creative. Shoot, even like back to like the MySpace days and like throwing text on different pictures and stuff like that, changing the backgrounds and filters and all that. But I really started seeing different remixes in other communities, and
Mm,
I saw that as a way of staying relevant and also incorporating that fun factor into it as well. So it was definitely just fun. It was just a fun idea to do and just to keep the creativity flowing and just keeping the relevancy on the project as a whole and just kind of like drawing people into the actual project, even though the remixes weren't like specifically like around the project, like as far as like theme wise it wasn't like a direct connection, but I mean all in all it was still like just culturally relevant, and so I felt like that was a good aspect to have in order to just keep the momentum going and just keeping the energy out there for people to see.
absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. And keeping the culture has been like front and center of, not only your evolution in the art, but also, what you support, what you collect. And I really align with that as well too. So
Yeah, yeah, for
that's
sure,
dope.
for
What
sure.
were some of those other, I didn't know that about, some of the other collections kind of inspiring that. What were some of your other favorite, Web3 collections, maybe like right in that bull run type of vibe? Like what were some of the ones you were chilling with?
um Shoot, RP Loser Club, that was a
Yeah.
big one. What was another one? It was mainly them. But shoot, Bandy with the Rare Panthers. That was another one.
Yes.
I want to say there may have been like a couple more. Gutter Cats was pretty cool.
There you go.
Um, and what was another one? Sheesh, it's been a minute.
Well,
Yeah, there was like there was like a handful of them because I really wasn't following a whole bunch, just because
yeah.
I had already like peeped the landscape and I seen how people were moving, so I
Mm,
that kind of adjusted how I was moving, and so I didn't want to be too caught up with what everybody else was doing because I mean
right.
that's usually how I move in general. Anyways, I usually go against the grain a little bit depending on how I'm feeling about
I hear that. I love that. That's what's up. That's what's
it.
up. Boss was saying my number 1991 wouldn't be the same without JT for sure. In that remix, that's yeah, goaded.
Oh yeah,
Goaded
yeah,
more.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, for
Heck
sure.
yeah. That's what I'm talking about. But then, being in the Ohnahji fam, shout out to another goat. I see through the gurus putting us on these crazy AI tools early on before
Yeah,
like it
it's
was a
crazy
viral
early.
trend and all that good stuff. But we were really diving into the Midjourney side, and I know you were along with us for that ride and have been staying in that and been utilizing that, honing it, building your own world, your own ecosystem, art style, which has been amazing to watch. Amazing to watch. So, how has AI changed, the way that you translate the ideas into your head onto like a digital canvas or out into the world?
It's been pretty interesting. I would say since I don't have a typical or like a well-known workflow process, I would say I have to create synonyms for my ideas in a sense.
There you
As
go.
far as just being able to create without the use of like specific tools. Like I really wish I was good at Photoshop, but like I don't use it, and I hate the subscription model, so I don't even have it. So
Yeah,
I have to figure out a way to like work around not using Photoshop, and then you just using the Midjourney tools and just incorporating different aspects into the art. Because of course, like um, what I see from a lot of people online is that if they use Midjourney, they usually just go with the generation that's like instantly. But ever since I started, I've always been like editing my work to
yeah,
where it's not gonna be straight from the generation. So even if somebody were to be able to recreate what I do, they still wouldn't be able to incorporate what I incorporate just because of the after editing that I do. And so that's been one of the main focuses that I've been working on with my art, is just being able to um, add different elements to it that normally wouldn't be there originally with the original generation that comes out.
yeah, yeah. And I know, that process as well too. I see through was talking a lot about that in the early days when we were having those Midjourney workshops and AI
Hmm.
workshops. It's like, but that was a no-brainer for, somebody like you, JT, who was already like remixing, already, seeking out tools and alternatives to the Adobe suite and Photoshop and all that good stuff, just like myself
Yeah.
too. I was still am a heavy Serif Affinity user, right? So I was like,
Yeah.
I've been on I'm not trying to pay the subscriptions, right?
Yeah.
We
It's
got too many
ridiculous.
of those. Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. So yeah, it's been really cool just to see your process, to see how that's been going. You
Yeah, because
did
the
though have go ahead.
oh yeah, I was gonna say because the copyright laws affected that as well, because
Hmm.
there's still not a set percentage, but they say it has to be a substantial amount of editing done to an image in order for it to be copywritten. So that's
Yeah.
played a major factor in it as well.
Yeah. And we're talking about for context for the room and some of these AI engines like Midjourney, or now built into some of the chat bots now, like you go
Hmm.
Google's Nano Banana, GPT, and all that good stuff is just the straight outputs, right? People are kind of getting in trouble where and the US and other places are trying to figure out ways to handle those copyright issues. But
Hmm.
yeah, if you manipulate it enough, make it your own enough, which we were already doing before and after, just adding
Yeah.
this AI tooling, it's no problem. So JT, you did have an epic golden run. So you're one of the the few the homies that was like, no, I'm sticking with this. This it is a paid subscription, but
Yeah.
you've been honing it and killing it, and even trying to get that return on it. And I noticed, wait, two winters ago, I think it's 2 winters ago, you had a goaded viral moment in your AI journey with the holiday pumpkin man, and that whole
Oh.
ecosystem went
Yeah,
nuts. So yeah,
yeah.
tell us a little bit
2024.
about that. Yeah,
Yeah, so 2024 I was actually pretty more consistent than I am now. But yeah, I was posting all the time. I just created something, threw it up one evening, really wasn't even thinking about it. Just I made this, here y'all go. Just gave it away.
yeah,
Like I usually do with anything else. And of course it was getting the regular traction because at that time I was getting some decent traction, probably averaging around like 3 or 4 thousand views or so. So it
sheesh.
was it was going up as I was going, because of course Yeah, I have this crazy habit of just going back and looking. Of course, like once you start getting like a couple notifications, and then it's like kind of steady. So it was kind of steady. I was like, all right, cool. It was good. It was getting some traction, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna leave it alone. And then ended up going to sleep because it was already evening time. So I went to sleep, woke up, crazy views, and then it just kept going. And the Pumpkin Man one, that was actually my biggest one. It got like I think in total it got around either like 48 or maybe 70 something million views. It was ridiculous. And then I want to say like halfway through, maybe like when it was around like 30 million or so, that's when I started doing remixes for that and started doing the different versions. Like I did the woman version, then I did one with locks, and then just kept going. And I even got a couple commissions off of that as well. So yeah,
That's
it was a
sick.
crazy time. And just yeah, just seeing all the different reactions. Of course, a lot of AI hate, of course, but I mean, outside of that, that was kind of small compared to all the people that really enjoyed it. And Joe, I even sold a bunch of phone cases with that piece as well. So yeah, it was a dope piece. I I feel like sometimes I'm kind of like chasing that same type of level at times,
Mm,
but at the same time, I know I don't want to be boxed in and box myself into that one particular style or way, even though I
yeah.
have kind of gone back to it here and there. But for the most part, yeah, it was pretty crazy to see the reaction to that one.
That's what I'm talking about. No, I was looking over here on the IG. I'm gonna share it with the room, but hey, you've been tossing up a whole bunch of art. No, it like it spurred a whole movement, a whole moment. Like
Hmm.
Boss was saying, yeah, JT been viral a few times now. Big facts, man. Shout out to a couple of homies like like Chris Johnson, the Well Squad was sharing your work and
Oh yeah,
everything. So I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah, let's
for sure,
go.
for
Let's
sure.
go. I love it. I love it. I think like costume contest, like people were
Oh
dressing
yeah,
up
yeah.
as your art.
That
Yeah.
was that was my favorite part. Because I even
Yeah.
dressed up as well. So yeah, it was super dope to see that. Because like once people started saying, "Oh, I'm gonna dress up like this," I was like, "That's a great idea," and that I felt like that was another way to really keep it relevant and keeping it going.
Yeah.
It was just so cool to see. It was just a fun, like people were just having fun with the art. Like it really wasn't
Mhm.
even like anything like to be like too serious about or anything like that. It was just a fun moment to have, and I really enjoyed that. And I appreciate all the love that people were showing towards it, and definitely all the ones that were dressing up. Because shoot, even when I went to DreamCon last year, I was noticed by a couple people out there. They're like, "Oh, I follow you on IG." I was like, "Oh, that's
Oh,
crazy."
word.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah. So yeah, it's been super dope just to see like how wide I guess like my like scope has been
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. That's cool. Let me see. I found it. I found it. I'm gonna get this up on the screen real quick. Yeah, man. Nah, shout out to JT. You've been cooking. But here he goes here. The goaded pumpkin man. Yes.
Oh, I can't hear
I
that.
love it. I love it. Bandy, yeah, Bandy said the goat. That's for sure. And I'm gonna scroll through a bunch of his work in just a minute as well too. But very cool, very cool, man. I love to see that. And you made a great point. It's like it's about the fun. It's about the fun around the art.
Mm-hmm.
Just building community around the art, building the story. And I think a lot of that opportunity gets lost because a lot of people, like you said, are just want to hate the new tools, or just which is interesting. On that
Yeah.
subject, JT, like, do you think that's slowing down? Do you think that's speeding up? Like people are onto something else to kind of hate and worry about at the moment? Like let
Nah,
me know.
it's building just because of the whole data center thing and all the
Right.
projections of about like what is possible because like it's so funny to see like it's so crazy because people will fall for these like these fake news posts talking about some,
Yeah.
oh, the data centers just used up 50 gajillion billions of gallons of water, and I'm like, how do
Right.
y'all believe this when nobody's even able to measure that amount of water? And like
Yeah.
the amount of water that's been on Earth hasn't really fluctuated much within the past like million years. So it's like always been the same. But I understand people's concerns, especially like with fresh
Yeah.
water and things like that. But I mean that's actually been going on since before all of this, like especially with
Yeah.
plastics and all the different chemicals and cancerous stuff and all that. So I just feel like it's kind of like a rage bait moment per se, and
Yeah.
of course, people are going to be hesitant to newer technology. Like Henry Ford said, if he would have listened to the people, everybody would still be riding horses and stuff. So
Boom.
it's really just about just that innovation, and then just being, I guess, like quote unquote, like progressive in a sense. Like
Yeah.
well, I mean, we went from paper money to checks to credit cards to now Apple Pay. Like it's just there's
Right.
always going to be a progression with like stuff for like convenience, and I feel like a lot of people are just hesitant because they're so used to what they know, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is new, this is different, this is change," and I might not be ready for it, so I'm just gonna hate it and just be like totally against it compared to just like truly trying to understand it and then just be familiar with it, without even like having to use it, just being familiar with it and just understanding what it does, how it works, and then just being okay with it. Like it's just something else that's in the world, like compared to everything else.
Yeah. 1000%. 1000%. Um, JT, have you always had your finger on the pulse like that? Have you always been on like the cutting edge of tech for a
I
while? Or
Yeah, I would think so, because like ever since I was in like kindergarten, first grade, like I've always been around computers. Like this was back when like IBMs were like the cool thing to have in the
yeah.
classroom. So I've always been interested in computers, just because of like just how it works. It's like there's electricity going through all these little different things, and I'm able to see this image on a screen, and then like I'm able to like actually interact with it, and I'm able to move this piece of equipment here, and it moves a cursor on the screen. And so it,
Yeah.
like, technology has always been just cool to me. Like I've always just had an interest in it, because when I was growing up, but before IT was a thing, I wanted to be a computer engineer. That was the
There you
old the
go.
old school term for IT person. So
There you
yeah,
go.
I've always just kept up with it ever since. Like especially like with cell phones. Like I remember, of course, my first cell phone was like the brick Nokia, and then I
Yeah.
remember upgrading that, going to the keyboard phones, and then I remember when 3G was a thing. It first came out.
Right.
The first my first smartphone was a Huawei, and then
There
learning
you
about like
go.
where they came from in China and stuff, and then
Yeah.
seeing 4G come out, and then of course LTE and then 5G, and just understanding how fiber optics work and all that. And so I've
Yeah.
always just been had a just a interest in it, and always been close to it.
That's sick. That's sick. I love it. I love it. I love it. Nah, shout out to you. Shout out to you. All right. So let's talk a little bit about, the logistics part as well, too, because you have your finger on the pulse of, the IRL side, but also being in this digital landscape and not getting lost, being able to balance between the two, which is rare.
Hmm.
Like a lot of, we see a lot of younger generations where they're stuck on the screens. Like they can't,
Yeah.
they can't get off them, which is interesting. So you come from a background in trucking and logistics. How does that day to day kind of affect your creative escape? How you navigate the creative side? I know I want to know more about just kind of the juxtaposition around we starting off in this space like
Hmm.
with the podcast vibe. And I think that was really cool because you'd be able to do both at the same time or have something to listen to, be in the spaces
Yeah.
while you're driving, and which is goaded. And I know
Hmm.
most of your workflow. You mentioned your phone evolution like has been mobile and being able to use these tools to create your whole ecosystem that's now going viral. People are dressing up as the characters and different things like that, which is all from the power of a phone that can connect almost anywhere, which is pretty cool. So
Hmm.
tell us a little bit about that journey.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, logistics is pretty old school.
Hmm.
When you think about just the way the country is set up,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff really hasn't changed too much. I mean, there's still uh, trying to figure out ways to incorporate more technology into the space to make it more efficient. But I mean, overall, it's basically the same. Like I'll I'll be in Colorado, pick up a load from a slaughterhouse, and then take that load from Colorado all the way over to New York. So I
Right.
mean, there's really not much to it. So it's really just about, it's basically like just a bunch of ones and zeros at the end of the day. It's just all about
Yeah.
numbers. Like how much fuel are we going to use for this load? How much is this load actually worth? Like how much, like what's the overhead for this load? Different things like that. So like for the trucking industry as a whole, like there's really not much that can be I guess like upgraded per se,
Yeah.
just due to just the basic functioning of it. But even with even with the truck stops, they're kind of like they're just now kind of like updating. Like they still got that old school, old American vibe to them. Like they
Yeah.
really haven't tried to like incorporate newer, I guess like looks, like compared to like a Walmart that updates their look like every 5 to 8 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, like with the trucking industry, it's kind of mundane in a sense because like you can only do so much within the industry. So it's like um I have a more I would say I have a more like colorful like thought process in mind and just energy all around. So I I basically do what I can to get away from that in a sense, just so I can just experience like a different side of life compared to just doing this and then just like
Makes sense.
running myself raggedy trying to just keep up with whatever's going on in this industry. Like because like to be honest, like I understand it's a major part of the country, but at the same time I don't put a whole lot of like energy and attention to it just because like it is what it is at the end of the day. Like I already know
Yeah.
how it works. I already know a lot of like how the back end works, so it's like it is what it is. There's really not much that I can actually change myself within the industry to make it better how I would see fit. So
Right.
I leave it alone and just put my attention and energy elsewhere, and that's
I
just
like it.
with my creativity.
It makes sense. That makes sense. It's a great point. I mean, until we're able to beam some goods back and forth, like 3D print type of vibes, I don't know. That maybe we
Something.
can get there. But yeah, what I'm hearing you say is like, that industry has like long since squeezed out the pieces for efficiency and maximizing that, so
Hmm.
which is still has humans on the road by themselves
Yeah.
24/7 for long stretches of time. So yeah, that is really cool that you're able to fill the gaps in there by supplementing and just staying creative and getting in touch and getting in tune with other creatives out there and being able to support them. So that's goated. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. Um, all right, so let's get into it. Let's switch gears a little bit. Actually, we're gonna do. You ready for some lightning round? We ready for lightning round? It's
Yeah,
lightning
that's cool.
round for you.
I'm here
Let's
for
get
it.
it. All right, we halfway in. Shout out to y'all. Thank you guys for coming through. It's already 10:30 into this undivided attention with my guy Dean JT. Yeah, he's cooking. He's cooking. All right, so don't think too long on these. It's
I
quick
got
with
you.
the lightning round. Nothing crazy. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Dogs. Okay. Okay. West Coast or East Coast?
Oof. East.
Oof. Okay, okay. Kendrick or Drake?
Kendrick.
Okay, for sure. Kung Fu Kenny. Favorite artist to listen to right now on the road? Like who's on your playlist on the
Ooh.
road right now?
Dang, that's a great question. Oh shoot.
Or a couple, a
I,
couple. You ain't gotta just
I'll
name
say
one.
I'll say Dolph and
Okay.
um Leon Thomas.
Hey, there we go. That's what's up. Now he having a crazy run right now.
Yeah.
Stepping out from the songwriting side and into artist
Yeah.
land. I love it. It's really cool to see artists do that.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite go-to food?
Ooh. Pizza.
Pizza. Is that the staple too? Like when you're on the road, like it's like pizza is pretty much cool everywhere type of
Yeah,
vibe.
kind of. Yeah, I mean, it always depends on where you get it from, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's just got to be fresh. But yeah, for sure, for
I,
sure.
I love it. I love it. You said best place you traveled to. Let me see. Ooh, creating art or collecting art?
Oh,
Yeah,
I would say creating for
I
sure.
love it. I love it. That's what's up. Um, Blockchain or AI?
Hmm, that's an interesting one. I'll say blockchain.
Okay. All right. Red, yellow, or blue?
Yellow.
Okay. All right, for sure. And the last one, the goaded one, the Ohnahji staple. How we eating the grits? Are we sweet gang? Or are we
Nah,
savory gang?
nah, savory, savory.
That's right. That's right. Only the goaded answer. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to you, JT. Survived survived the lightning round, my G. That's
That
what's up.
question is gonna be forever goaded.
Yeah, of course, of course. And that's what it's about. Building that lore, building that story as a community. That's one of my favorite parts, man. It's too funny. We're gonna hit Boss's question earlier. This is a goaded one as well too. Boss said, I just saw that you logged your millionth mile. How was that? Is that rare in the industry?
No, it's not rare, but it was a bittersweet feeling. Like it's an achievement, so I am proud of that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's bittersweet just because like there's with the industry, like there's really not a lot of financial incentives. I'll say that. So it's like, yeah, that's cool, but like I wish it came with more. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm always proud to be safe and just doing my part to
Right.
keep myself safe and those around me safe.
Right. He's like, man, I need a raise along with my
Yeah, right.
mile, you know? No, I dig it. I feel it. I feel it. All right. So getting into the second half of the convo, we can get into some black art, some culture, and some taste. I
Nice,
started
nice,
the stream with my guy Black Dave. Shout out to Black Dave. I've been having
nice.
some
Yeah,
dope
he's cool.
conversations with him. Yeah, absolutely. And he's been talking a lot about culture, taste, especially in this Web3 side that we're in. We know
Mhm.
the landscape of the crypto bro and all that good stuff. But defining black art, like how do you view the current landscape of like black art, black and brown art in the digital space? What stories do you feel still need to be told?
Shoot, all the stories really. Because I feel like um we need to get away from a lot of the stereotypes. I mean, of course, like
Mm,
of course, like some of the stereotypes are not bad per se, like, but it's just like it's just common. So it's kind of like it's not really, I don't want to say played out, but it's
yeah.
just like overly saturated in a sense. And so I feel like we need to like kind of pull away from that and get more niche with the different stories that we tell. Because I feel like for example, I wish there was a movie that had the family from the Bernie Mac show in it, and just bringing that
Mm,
dynamic over to the cinema side, because like
yeah.
that family, it was more relatable and more common than a lot of people realize, compared to a Cosby or a Martin
Yeah.
or Living Single and things like that. So digital black art, of course I enjoy it, but at the same time, um, I feel like there needs to be a harder push for it, but also a higher quality of it.
Mm,
Because like when I went to Invest Fest last year, it was great to see everybody that was there, but at the same time, it was funny to me to see which brands were using like the AI visuals, and just how it stands out, but not in a good way. To me, it stands out in
mm,
a low quality, like simple, easy, like just like let's just get it done real quick way. And like
got you.
I can appreciate that approach to it, but at the same time, I feel like it would make more sense if more time and attention and quality was used to create the visuals, because a lot of the AI generated stuff, for the most part, it does look pretty similar. It has that filter to it, to where like you can easily tell, and then also it's it's not really different per se. It's basically like just like turning a white character black by just changing the skin color. So it's like
Right.
that's cool, but we can do more. We can incorporate more of our features and just make it more us. And we don't have
Yeah.
to just do all this quick, fast, in a hurry type of stuff to compete with just capitalism or whatever. Like
Yeah.
there needs to be more attention to detail for me. In my eyes, I feel like it would make more sense to have a more attention to detail approach to the digital art. But I mean, of course, I mean there are plenty of artists that do add that attention to detail, and
Hmm.
I wish we could prop them up more. But of course, like as far as like the masses side, they just want just the microwave quick stuff, and like that's cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, it's like people will go to that and do that, but at the same time, in their mind, they'll think like we need to be represented better. So it's like, well, if you want to be represented better, then like let's do better by putting more quality and effort into what we're actually doing, and that would be with the better visuals.
Yeah, facts, huge facts. Now you're spitting bars, man. That's kind of the nature of the era that we're in. It's just like this
Hmm.
this microwave. Let's try to go viral. Short form content. The brain rot stuff's going crazy. We're seeing a
Yeah.
lot of that. Is even like hopping into the live stream era, and it's like, yeah, the short form content, just quick microwave stuff. It's, yeah, that makes sense, but I think there is a cool return, and a lot of creatives, a lot of, not even creatives, just, art collectors or people that appreciate the art side or appreciate process are having those discussions to where, humans are appreciating, the human made things or things that
Mm-hmm.
take longer, have more intention to them and all that good stuff as well too. So I think
Yeah,
that
for sure, for
that's
sure.
coming back. We're seeing that in music heavily too. People want to see more live bands. They want to go to concerts and live shows and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
there's a huge return to that. So boss said they got to head out. Big love to you, JT. That's what's
Oh yeah,
up.
appreciate you,
And
boss.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Andre in the building. Andre O'Shea, the goat in the building. He said JT
Hey,
go. He said what's good, what's good.
that
So
was good.
the homies coming through. That's fire. I love it. I love it. I love it. No, I agree. I agree 1,000% on, the stories that need to be told. And yeah, I think for me, JT, though, I think, I get it and I understand, especially with, especially black and brown, enterprises or different, different things in the US specifically. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of time, we know as a group, as a culture, we are playing catch up. We are behind
Yeah.
in many aspects. And I think, there's this approach to try to shortcut things. And it makes sense, whenever, somebody's, behind somebody else by even,
Mm-hmm.
a large margin or not, it's like they're gonna try to see what they can, not shortcut on, but just do a little bit more efficiency or take
Yeah.
take a little bit of risk doing to not, super polish or flesh out the whole thing. So I get it. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the beautiful things around like black and brown art, especially in the US and approach to,
Mm-hmm.
business and different things like that. It was like we're gonna think creatively out of the box because a lot of times we have to. And a lot of
For
times
sure.
the quote unquote industry standard or whatever is gate kept from us. And
Yeah.
we gotta do what we gotta do. So but it is dope to have people in the room like you, JT, that want to see like, yo, we can elevate this so much more, you
Yeah,
know.
for sure. There's plenty of opportunity. I mean, the opportunity is endless, really. But
Facts.
yeah, I mean, I kind of like how people will just like do something like because it makes sense to just kind of act and not really worry about stuff and kind of refine it as you go, which actually makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. But I feel like we could slow down just a tad bit more and really like just refine it a little bit more before we actually jump out there. But I mean, once again,
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody for just doing what they need to do, need to just get out there and just be out there because should being a vendor at InvestFest, that's one of my goals.
There you go.
Because yeah, because I know the prices and everything, and it's everything's reasonable, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a lot of visibility, and I know artists don't like to get paid in exposure, which makes perfect sense. But at the same time, depending on the opportunity and the situation, exposure does usually bring other opportunities, and
Yeah.
so it's like a double-edged sword in a sense. But I mean, of course, like in the general sense, yeah, you don't. Of course, nobody wants to be paid in exposure, but at the same time,
Right.
exposure is still something that is important to artists and just increasing your presence
Yeah.
everywhere.
For sure. It is that balance. It's funny because like exposure now has such like a negative connotation, especially in the art
Yeah.
world. But you're 1,000% right. It's like that network is your net worth. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yep.
And once people figure that out and get those pieces in place, they're like, okay, I get it. Like the collaboration is key. There
Mm-hmm.
are some opportunities where I could maybe wait on upfront big bag and build together. So no, I
Yeah,
agree
for
that
sure.
1,000%. 1,000%. All right, let's get into a little bit of taste and curation. All right, as someone known as a Big Well, yeah, shout out to Big Well Energy and a Dean. You have an eye, and this goes back into the previous conversation at InvestFest too. You have an eye for what works. In your opinion, what defines good taste to you, especially in the space in the tech space that moves so fast?
Quality for sure.
Mhm.
Good taste. Of course that cultural relevancy and that relatability factor, and I would low key just put quality over everything.
Yeah,
Just because like that's usually what stands out, and people are just able to resonate with it more just because like they can relate with like how long it took to actually get to that level of quality, and then also just be able to appreciate it. But Good taste. Also, good taste. I would also say cleverness, like being able
Mm,
to have different elements of the piece or like of the art that represent deeper meaning or have deeper meanings. Like I
okay.
love color theory and like the different moods for the different colors. A lot of people don't know how colors can instantly um, like spark your subconscious, and then also just incorporating historical things into the elements as well. That's
Yeah.
one thing that I love about art in general, is just being able to see um, an element in a piece that came from like a real world experience or like something that represents something else. So that's
Yeah.
always great to see as well.
I love that. I love that. Hey, that's a perfect little segue to pull up some of your art while we're talking and scroll through too. Your color theory has been going crazy. On that topic of color theory,
Hmm.
do you notice that like IRL in the real world as well too? Like when you're traveling to these different places, do you notice like the like the color theory around just in nature as well too?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, because like you got to think like with red and blue, of course. Like
Hmm.
in our culture, we might reference that to the Crips and Bloods, obviously. But I mean, at the same time, then you got like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Walmart, Target, like those two color, and then like the colors of the country, red, white, and blue. So it's like
Right.
things like that, like those three colors, red, white, and blue. Like there's so many use cases for them. And then of course like our skin tones, like our melanin, like it's so many different shades.
Hmm.
So it's like just seeing that, and then yeah, it's just like and then of course like there's different lighting, like different hues. It brings different moods. So yeah, I try to incorporate that as well, just because everything doesn't have to be exactly the same, and like
Yeah.
even with like how businesses are nowadays, like with that, I don't know how to describe it, or like there is a name for it, but like it's just like that minimalist style
Yeah.
with the I guess like it's kind of like a bold font, but it's kind of basic. It's not really a serif per se, but it's like a modern bold font. Like
Yeah.
there's just a way that society is going to where like everything's like becoming more efficient. Like I watched a YouTube video about it, how a lot of people kind of want to go back to that intricate way of making different things, like the more detailed like lamp posts and things like that. But at the same
Hmm.
time, the whole purpose for that changing was mainly just to be more efficient, more safe, and then just to um, cut costs as well.
Yeah, yeah. It's capitalistic society,
Hmm.
you know. Andre Osacek said ornate, yeah.
Yeah, Ornate.
So some
Yeah.
of those, I and it is interesting to see, outside the US too, capitalism shaking my day, man. I'm weak. No, yeah. Let's not get we don't get started on the capitalistic conversation with Andre. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. It's good, it's good. But even some of these other countries, they have like they spend time on just the buildings and the
Hmm.
infrastructure, and all that good stuff as well too. So it's like, yeah, we've had this corporate capitalistic approach, especially in the US, like stripping everything down, making everything similar, they say relatable, with the
Hmm.
sans serif type and all that good stuff, kind of stripping out the story and the ornateness, or
Just that,
the
yeah, that uniqueness. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. But I'm ready to go in on the capitalism at a moment's notice. I love it. I love it. That's too funny. Shout out to you, Andre. That's what's up. It's good to see you, my G. Um, all right, so let's see. Okay, so when it comes to support systems though, right? Because we're talking about, um financial, but also the quote unquote exposure, or
Hmm.
getting your name out there and different things like that. Like how do you think we as a community can do a better job of like curating, supporting artists right now, beyond just buying their work? Like what are some of those uh those things that we can do, to help these up and coming artists or artists we care about, and all that good stuff?
I would definitely say just like sharing opportunities. Like there was a an event that I was unaware of, and somebody sent it to me, and they'd be like, "Oh, like I think your work would be dope here," and I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you. Like I appreciate that." And
Yeah.
it put that event on my radar, so now I can add that, to my list of events that I might want to attend in the future.
Right.
Um, so yeah, just definitely like just being a person that, like if you see something, you might be able to connect the dot with like a specific artist, like, oh, like I think this artist would be a good fit in this environment here, so let
Yeah.
me go ahead and share that with them, and make them aware and see if they would be able to make that happen. But yeah, definitely just sharing the work, like we said, that exposure, just increasing that audience range,
Yeah.
because like even though the internet is damn near everybody online or in the world, at the same time there's still bubbles and pockets within the internet. And so if people are able to share with their community and kind of widen that bubble and make it bigger, so there is a potential for more opportunities for that artist.
Yeah.
I would say definitely do that. Like sharing can really be a big help, because even with the new algorithm and stuff, like it's different on different days. But
Right.
so like sometimes I'll see a post and it'll maybe have like 1,200 views. I'll retweet it and then I'll come back to it later and I'll see that it's up to like 5, 10,000 views. And I
There
feel
we
like
go.
I I kind of take credit for that in a sense, just because like I shared it, and so now more people
Yeah.
were able to see it, even though there is a possibility that it may have got those same views without my retweet. But at the same time, it's like I'm gonna take a little bit of credit for that and just
Yeah.
say that I did my part within that.
Absolutely. We could track that data like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure,
But
for sure.
that's a really cool modern approach to curation. At its core, that is curation. Like,
Hmm.
I feel like this is a beautiful piece or a beautiful writing piece, whatever, artwork in general, and I want to share that with my audience. And I think that is cool too. But you had a major goaded thing as well too that um yeah, I've really been in touch with and in tune with just like building Onaji. It's like when
Hmm.
people are seeing these opportunities and they're thinking of artists on the spot that can align with those and sending those off. Like that's a huge
Hmm.
thing for an
Yeah.
artist too, specifically. The artist is like, okay, they get a clear picture of, okay, this is outside feedback from somebody in my network that thinks I align in this situation or this
Hmm.
opportunity, which is already, goaded feedback, because I can look at the other artists that do kind of get in, even if I apply and I don't make it, or I do make it, or I don't apply or whatever.
Hmm.
But I can see, the curation piece there, and I can see, okay, somebody in my fan base or my community thinks that I align in this. Like that is goaded feedback. So yeah, shout out
Yeah.
to you for, and that's curation at its core right there
Hmm.
too. Like I see your work here in this group.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I mean that's what community is about. It's just like just being an
mhm,
extra set of eyes for that person, because of course, like
facts.
as an artist, we try to do our best with like applying to as many like open calls and opportunities as possible, but at the same time, our focus can be very limited at times. And so with that extra little bit of help, it's like just bringing opportunities to us. That's always something to appreciate.
1,000%. 1,000%. 1,000%. All right, JT. So let's get a little bit into the roller coaster, man. We gonna take it to some emerging tech, the Web3 roller coaster, the future.
Hmm.
This last bull run. 21,
Yeah.
22, NFT season, all that good stuff. Looking back
Hmm.
at this previous bull run, what was the biggest lesson that you learned both as a collector and as an artist?
Oh, great question. Biggest lesson I learned as a collector is being able to have the discernment to see who's in it just for the money and who's in it for the art. Now,
Mm,
I mean, of course, like I'm not saying that artists don't have to be there for the art or for the money, because of course,
right.
like that's a major factor in it, of course. But at the same time, during that bull run, there was a lot of people who were just throwing stuff out there, and like, yeah, they may have been like a little bit of they may have had like a little bit of talent, but at the same time, like as soon as things started drying up, like they were just quick to just be like, oh, I got my money, like I'm out, like that's it.
Yeah.
And then they don't even create art anymore, and they're just off doing like whatever, just living life. So it's like I
Mm,
appreciate those people who are going to create art, whether they're getting sales or not. I mean, of course, sales are important, but at the same time, I appreciate that person who just really wants to express themselves and their perspective through their art and just keep it going, like no matter what's happening in the world. So, I,
yeah,
I feel like I definitely want to. I want to prop up those artists that are willing to do it, like no matter what's going on. But I mean, of course, I want everybody, all those artists, to succeed. But I really want most of the money to go towards like the more legit artists compared to the people that was kind of like faking the funk a little bit.
mm,
And the biggest lesson as an artist would be to just be more consistent. Because the way people were capturing the attention of a lot of people, like you really just kind of got to stay in their face. And so that
yeah,
consistency is a huge factor with being on the forefront of just visibility and just being at the top of people's minds. Like that's a very important factor as an artist, especially in this digital era. Because of
right.
course, like the news cycles and everything is just everything's just going, going, going. So like if you're able to keep up with that, then you're gonna do well. And because I've lately I've been taking notes from other artists that I follow, and I'm gonna start trying to incorporate some of their methods into my own,
There
and
you go.
see how far I can take
It's fire. Learning and growing. I love
it.
to hear it, man. I can't wait to continue watching the journey. It's been amazing watching your evolution, bro. So
No, I
heck yeah, that's what
appreciate
I'm talking
that.
about. Um, where do you see Web3 art going in the next 2 to 3 years? Are we moving past the hype and into something more sustainable? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely more
Comparable,
sustainable
yeah,
for sure. I
yeah.
gotta send a huge shout out to One Love DAO. They've been doing an amazing
Yes.
job over the past few years, and it's only getting bigger and better. Yeah, shout out to Jen. I love Jen. But yeah, because shoot, digital art is at Art Basel now. Art Basel used to
Hmm.
be, just straight traditional art, and they're really starting to lean more into the digital side now. So
Hmm.
I definitely see. I feel like digital art just needs a big push, especially just for
Yeah.
artists. Because it's going to be interesting to see how people support. Um, because I still feel there's going to be there. Of course, there's always going to be an appreciation for traditional art, and digital art's not going to take over. It's
Yeah.
just going to accompany the traditional art because, of course, we're in a digital era. So it's there's going to be space for both, and so both can coexist at the same time. But I still feel as though people still want something physical to go along with their digital art. So
Yeah.
that's why I took Prince out to Art Basel for the past couple years, just because even though a lot of my stuff, well, all my stuff is digital, at the same time I still have physicals of the art, and so it's just cool to see people interact with it physically, even though it's not on a screen. Like I did
Right.
have some art on the screen, but at the same time, like just being able to like take art home with you, like that's always going to be an experience that really can't be topped.
Right. 1,000%, 1,000%. And in this last bull run, like there was a couple artists, couple collectives and stuff that were kind of dabbling into the IRL side, or the physical goods, paired with the art, paired with blockchain, paired with that ecosystem, but
Mm-hmm.
not a whole lot. But it was really cool to see you embrace that, even setting up different shops and different, like drop shipping type of things for your art, and even doing well with that, like getting phone cases out to people, wall art, t-shirts and all that good stuff as well too. So yeah,
Yeah.
just that was a part of the bull run, the last bull run, that not a lot of people, not a lot of communities, not a lot of artists really tapped into, because we were so hyper focused on
Mm-hmm.
the NFT.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because yeah, like I
Yeah.
said, like a lot of people don't know like that when people hear NFT, they instantly think of like the PFPs, but and like that's
Right.
cool, but we need to get them more exposed to the art side of it, and just showing them like, hey, like you could support an artist in Africa by buying this
Yeah.
piece here, and they can get the funds instantly. Like
Right.
I feel like that's the side there, the perspective that we need to push more. Just being able to tell people you can buy art from all over the world. You can buy art from Iran, Turkey, Brazil, like wherever, and just support people all over the world, and just really be just become more cultured and just have art from different places, and just being able to say like,
Facts.
I have this collection of art from all these different countries, and like it's just beautiful just to see the world from this perspective.
Absolutely. That global piece is untapped really, and
Hmm.
we barely even scratched the surface on that. So I'm super optimistic. I'm one of the guys, like, the next run, whatever we see in this evolution of blockchain paired with art, is going to far surpass 21, 22. I really truly believe that, especially because we haven't even scratched the surface on the mobile side, real world
Yep.
assets, full
Hmm.
utility. Yeah, man, like the
Yeah.
the protocols of go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, just being able to. I think we need to just like work on just changing the language and being able to explain the
Yes.
whole process to just like that, just the average person that really might not be too familiar with it.
Yeah. But I mean, that's it. But that's a huge, you saying, hey, this piece right here with this tech, I'm able to support an artist back on the home continent, and they get the funds. And I don't. That's it,
Hmm.
instantly, and I
Yep.
get to help celebrate their beautiful art. So
Yeah.
it's fire. That's fire. That's fire. All right, let's see. Look, what else we got? You cooking? Shout out to you, JT. I appreciate you coming through today, man. I already knew it's
Man,
gonna
likewise,
be a fun
likewise.
conversation. Yeah, heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Who are some of your? I know you mentioned a couple of your faves, and shout out to Bandy for hosting that Black History, Black Excellence space the other night.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
that was
that was
great.
yeah. So who are some of your favorite artists in the space right now, that you think everybody should be paying attention to?
Oh, great question. I would say Shay the Surrealist. She's super dope.
Hmm.
Who else? Who else? Bear. Bhare. He's super dope. Um, I forget where Lonnie is from. Laney. I think she might
So
be on the west. Laney. I think she might be on the east coast. She's got like she does art, but she also has a fashion brand as well. Like she's got some super dope stuff.
okay, okay,
It's more woman focused, but it's still dope though.
yeah,
Um, who else? Timothy. He's super dope. Um, Bobby Caitlin out of Columbus. She got her studio. She's been doing a lot of stuff over there. They just had an anniversary the other day, so that's been super dope to see. Um, who else? Who else? Hmm. Oh, Twan, of course. Twan Jones.
of course, of course,
I feel like he's the king of Chicago, even though there might be other people out there, but uh, he's doing it big out there. Who else?
no, Tuan's one of my favorites, man. That's too funny. I was getting rugged during that space like
That's-
crazy, but that was
yeah.
gonna be who my answer was to that art question,
Yeah,
if I
yeah,
could get
yeah.
up to speak. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah. I
it.
mean, it's been a few people that's really just been just steady in their craft and really just perfecting what they do and just
Yeah,
doing what they do best.
love it. I love it. Yeah. And it's a testament, like all of those artists. I'm tapped in with a bunch of them as well too. And like you were saying, they have been grinding. Bear, bull, it doesn't matter. Like art is what they do. Art is, who they are. And the market sentiment is not gonna affect, them building, brainstorming and cooking and staying in the lab. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which
facts,
is
facts.
fire. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. All right. So a little bit more on how do you see AI and the blockchain kind of living together in the future, this, creator economy paired with the art. I was asking you earlier, some questions about AI, like, hey, JT, you over here coding with these bots yet?
That's
So how
nah.
you
But yeah, yeah, blockchain. I mean, of course. Well, if you don't know, blockchain is just mainly just a ledger that shows different transactions. So that paired with AI, I guess. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, I guess it would make sense. Hmm. I guess it would just make sense to see how. I guess how the blockchain technology might evolve, because a lot of people right now are worried about quantum computing and against the security that's happening right now. So um, if you don't know what like with Bitcoin per se, a lot of people store their Bitcoin in cold wallets, but that cold wallet only has a certain level of security. So once quantum computing and like AI really starts to evolve and becomes a lot more efficient, it might be able to break through and decode that security a lot faster than like hackers can do now. So that's a big concern for people. But they're saying that can happen like within the next 10-15 years.
Yeah,
So that's going to be interesting to see. Um, but outside of that, yeah, I really wish more people understood just how blockchain technology works, because just like with NFTs, like I know that can be a trigger word for a lot of people, but if they really understood how the tech works and how secure it actually is compared to fiat transactions, like it makes sense.
right.
But also at the same time, it can be used in a negative way in the wrong hands, of course, like especially like with the government and these different companies that are like keeping track of people. Because I feel like information is also becoming a large currency as well right now.
For
So with
sure. It's
that,
been for a minute. Yeah,
yeah. So with that, a lot of people are with the blockchain. Like if you know how to use it, you can keep track of like what people are doing with their funds. And so a lot of people want to get that level of privacy back to where they can navigate the digital space, but anonymously though. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think AI might be a help on both sides, but also if they might work against each other, depending on like what use you're using, if you're using the tech for. So I mean, it's really just up in the air. It low key feels like the wild wild west.
yeah,
It's like the almost like the dot-com bubble in a sense. Like everything's starting to just get bigger and bigger, and nobody really knows what the future really holds. But
right.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we can help shape it though. You know,
Yeah, a
no.
little bit for
Shout,
sure, for sure.
shout, shout out to Andre. He said data is the most valuable currency. Yeah, yeah.
Facts.
You know, yeah, yeah. And but the coolest part about that too is like, a lot of these developers behind these protocols, behind these blockchains, they're well aware
Mm-hmm.
of the quantum computing issue, and working to improve the protocols to be quantum resistant and all that good stuff. The Bitcoin devs, Ethereum Foundation, all those guys. All the way down. Some of those coins are actually quantum resistant right now, or so they say. So we'll see how that plays out. But like you're saying, like AI, blockchain, it's all a tool, right? It's all a tool.
Yeah.
And we've said this, time and time again at the Ohnahji spaces. It's like, humans are going to use the tool however they're going to use the tool. They're going to use it to, with their mission of helping humanity, helping
Mm-hmm.
society, or even their communities in a positive way. Or on the flip side, the other side of the spectrum, people are going to try to hurt people, coerce them, trick them, amass as much money as they can from them, all that stuff. It's and we've seen that with NFTs, crypto, AI, anything,
Yeah.
cars, like, what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like any tech tool, any human invention, which is tech,
Mm-hmm.
people are going to do what they do with it. It's a tool. So one of our missions though, I hope at the Ohnahji, the Ohnahji spaces, the Ohnahji content, like we're pushing that, that collaboration,
Mm-hmm.
utilizing these tools, knowing what's really going on with these tools to better, our community, from small families to outside that structure, communities, cities, states, countries, all that good stuff to
Yeah.
the global diaspora. So it's fire. It's
Yeah.
fire. JT,
For sure. For
man, you
sure.
cooked, bro. I love
Yeah.
it. You cook
I
so much.
appreciate
All
it,
right.
man. Yeah, this was fun.
So yeah, absolutely. We're gonna have to have a part two. A couple of the Ohnahji homies over on the Twitch side, they've been saying, hey, we need to run some of these back for a part two. So yes, you
For
definitely in
sure.
that
For
list.
sure.
Absolutely. All
Yeah,
right.
I would love
So
that.
to end this off, JT, we need a little piece of advice. What is one piece of advice that you give a traditional artist, or traditional creator, that's kind of afraid of using some of these emerging tech tools. So either that being like AI, or entering Web3 using blockchain tech. What's a piece of advice that you'd give a traditional artist?
Oh, great question. Um, Use it. Just like
Use it.
that's use it. Yeah, like
Facts.
the I've met a lot of artists, especially from the continent. Like, they get their inspirations from Pinterest, and it's like,
Mm,
okay, cool. I can understand that. Like, maybe you're not able to visualize something, and you're just looking for some inspiration, and you might be able to, remix the idea. Like, you see something, and you're like, oh, that's cool, but what if it were like this or whatever? So, I can understand that. I mean, and of course, a lot of people don't have the ability to internalize images like within their mind. Like, they can come up with an idea, but they may not be able to visual or like mentally see it. So, they may need to see it visually, like out in the world, to be able to, complete that idea. And so I can understand that side of it as well. But the whole Pinterest thing, like, that's kind of played out. Like, with like, especially like with a tool like Midjourney, like, you can,
right.
even if it's not like 100% accurate, you can still get a good visual for like something that you may be trying to create, and then you can build off of that, and then just turn it into, whatever the idea is, and finalize it that way. um I just feel like, but I mean, at the same time, I mean, people just get inspiration from other people all the time, because of course there's, quote unquote, like, nothing new under the sun, which is like true for the most part. But I mean, at the same time, once again, there's really nothing to be afraid of. Just use it, try it, even if it's not for a long time. Just become somewhat aware of it, just to where you have some type of knowledge about it, or of it. That way, you're not completely in the dark about it, and you're like just sitting off to the sidelines, and just
Right.
without a care in the world. So
Yeah.
yeah, just use it and try
Use it. Clip it. No, that,
it.
1000%. 1000%. No, that's what I
Yeah.
would say too. Like, you know, use it. Because in this case, tech and emerging tech is moving so fast. The
Hmm.
phrase "use it or lose it" really applies here.
Yeah,
You're
for
you're
sure,
gonna
for
get
sure.
left behind, and unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever way that we're viewing these things, it's not going
Hmm.
away. These
Yeah.
emerging tech tools are not going away, and they're only going to, you know, exponentially increase what they're able to do, their capabilities.
Hmm.
You mentioned the Pinterest side. That's just old school mood boarding, right? But the
Yeah,
mood
pretty
board
much.
has evolved.
Hmm.
JT got his own mood board in seconds with some of these AI tools. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
So,
sure, for sure. And
um,
then, yeah, and plus also, like, even with a traditional artist, like, let's say a painter, for example, let's
yeah,
say they've never created a digital piece, and all they do is just strictly paint. They could
right,
easily take a picture of one of their paintings, upload it. I mean, of course, they're the artist, so they have control of it or whatever. If they care to upload their own art into something, a program like Midjourney, they could do that, and then, use it that way. There's so many use cases, for it, but I mean, it really just depends on, whatever the artist is comfortable with. And so,
right.
it just depends on what they're trying to do. But yeah, it
Yeah.
can definitely be beneficial for sure. Of course, I wish more people would understand the full scope of how it works, and like what's actually happening, and especially like what's actually like going on with the data centers and all that stuff. Because, a lot of people, once again, I just feel like there's a lot of propaganda just to rile people up with the whole billions of gallons of water is being used all day every day. And it's like, be for real, like, do the actual math on that. Like, we can just do basic math. Like, where is 580 billion gallons of water being used? Like, come on, like, the whole Atlantic Ocean just being dried up like within like 2 days. Like, come on now.
Right,
It's just
right.
crazy. Like, I wish more people would just like slow down, like stop and think, like, who measured the water, like how is this actually happening, like what's really going on, like what's the whole process. And a lot of people don't understand, like, with these data centers and stuff, like a lot of the stuff is just projections of like what could happen in the future, like what's not actually happening right at this current moment.
Which is a real call out for sure. But
Hmm.
the same way that we have people innovating in these tech spaces that maybe don't care so much about the environment and what we're
Yeah,
doing
for
to
sure,
the
for sure.
world. There are a bunch of innovators out there that are, and trying to, find better ways to power, these data centers, to cool them, all that good stuff.
Hmm.
Shout out to one of my favorite stories. There's a one black engineer out there that he's on his way to pull some of this salt out of these ocean water. So we'll see. I don't know how that process he's making. Yeah,
Hmm.
so shout out to him during Black History Month. Of course, I gotta find his name, but
Yeah. Yeah, same with
I
that
think,
dude that was able to pull the water out the air with that machine.
yeah. Or that might be him. It might be that instead of the
Oh,
ocean. I don't know if it's or maybe he's doing both. I mean, I would big brains out there. I dig
yeah,
it.
for sure, for sure.
They have a mission that are, trying to, create these tech tools and innovate on these tech tools, but also do it you know, within environmentally
Eco-friendly.
conscious and stuff. Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. Exactly. One of the things that you did mention surrounding AI. Dang, what was it? Oh, you had a great point. You had a great point. Oh, Andre said, when we're talking about mood boarding, PureRef is his favorite mood board tool. So yeah, there's tons of tech tools out there. At this point, people are coding up their own. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So it's a really good time. It's a good time out there. It's a
Yeah,
good
I'll have to
time out
check that one
there.
out.
Yeah, PureRef is going crazy. Even I was gonna say I put up the Discord link as well too, because we're having a lot of these conversations in the back channels, day after day
Hmm.
on all of this stuff, and I posted a cool video around like the water usage with AI and everything too. So, it is like you were saying, it is a legitimate concern. A lot of people are looking, to the future and things
Hmm.
like that. PureRef allows you to drag and drop images. Let me see, images directly from web without downloading. Oh, that's
Oh,
goaded.
dope, dope,
That's
dope.
goaded.
Yeah, that's fire. That's a great idea.
Okay. Yeah, we gonna have to look at that. Shout out to you, Andre. That's what's up. Um, yeah, man. It's use it. Use the tools, use the
Hmm.
tech. Because one, we need to see more stories and more output around, a diverse lens, right?
Yeah, for sure.
We know how diversity, inclusion, all that good stuff is treated in the US,
Yeah.
especially right now with this new administration and all that good stuff. But
Yeah.
it's important.
Yeah,
It's
for sure, for
important.
sure. Always.
I love it. I love it. JT, man, you the man. I appreciate you so much coming
Yeah,
through.
likewise, man. This was super fun. I
Heck
had a great
yes. Heck
time.
yes. That's what I'm talking about. Our season 2, episode 12 guest, JT. Let us know where we can, because I gotta plug your handles in here, put them in the chat. So where's the best place to find you? I think I got your
Um,
IG here as well.
yeah, on
Yeah,
Instagram, owowjt.com. Everything's spelled out. The .com is spelled out.
perfect.
Twitter or X, John, I think it's John T. Taylor. Yeah. I gotta change my handle on X, just so I can have my name. Because of
From
course
from the one
I'm
and
me.
only.
Yeah. I'm still the one and only, but yeah, I just had
Of
to
course.
get my name out there. And
Fire.
well, I mean, you can also follow my brand page too. Is OWJT on X as well, and my website owjt.art.
Perfect. Let's see. Get those in there. Got you. So yes, you guys stay tapped in with my guy. JT, he's going crazy. And yeah, man, keep going, keep cooking.
Yeah, of course.
Keep innovating, man. I love to see, what you're working on and all that good stuff, man. It's
Yeah,
every time I
same,
see some
same.
JT art out there, I smile, man. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
All
I got
right, all
plenty of
right.
ideas for this year.
Do you?
Yeah,
You gonna
yeah,
give us a little sneak peek?
yeah.
Drop some little hints? What's up?
Nah, I can't drop nothing now. But yeah, it's coming soon.
That's what's up. And I will definitely see you at DreamCon again this year. I'm trying to make it out
Yep.
there, so that's one of the goals of
Oh,
mine.
bet. Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
if you do, let me know. Hit me up.
All right. For
I'm
sure,
out.
for sure.
Yeah, Houston, my city.
Oh, that's what's up. All right. All right. Chat, any other last questions? Or we good, man. JT, goated conversation. I appreciate you so much for everything that you've done, not only for the Ohnahji fam, but just the outside adjacent network of Black and brown allied artists, individuals, all that good stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's heavily aligning with the Ohnahji mission, so we
Mm-hmm.
appreciate the support that you've been showing everybody in this space, bro. So
Yeah,
uh,
likewise,
keep
likewise, man.
again. Yeah.
It's a great community to be a part of for sure.
So we building,
Yeah.
and it is a slow growth. It is
Hmm.
a little slow, but I think there's a
Hey,
beauty in the
so
slow growth of that
yeah.
story.
So instead he won the race.
Exactly. That part. That part. All right, JT. All right, chat. A goated day 194, episode 12 of Undivided Attention.
Hey, 200
JT,
coming up soon.
man, I got some
That's
marathon vibes coming up, so we're gonna
nice, nice.
get that. What about you? You gonna hit this live stream journey soon? What's up?
Nah, I
Ah,
wish. Like, that's one thing about logistics that was interesting for me to see is just the infrastructure of like the cell towers and stuff throughout the country.
yes.
Because I'll be in some places I'll get like 100 megabytes of download speed, and then other places I'll
Sheesh.
barely get two. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
interesting.
yeah, it's been pretty crazy to see. I mean, of course, technology is always evolving and stuff, but yeah, I feel like they might figure out a way to really I guess like increase the cellular coverage throughout the whole country
Right.
in due time.
Yeah, man. And even, some of these satellite companies and stuff too, working on that as
Hmm.
well. But yeah, it's interesting. There's a whole bunch of different tech races out there right
Yeah,
now.
facts.
Yeah, so that's a
For
good
sure, for
time.
sure.
All right, JT, you to go, man. I appreciate you coming through. Chat, you guys are amazing. We'll catch y'all tomorrow, 10 a.m. PST for our staple, our longest running segment on OhnahjiU Saturday in the morning. So we'll be back for that as well. So JT, man, you to
Dope,
go. I
dope, dope.
appreciate you. Have a
Hey,
good rest of the day,
likewise, man.
man.
You too,
Have a
man. Take
good
care.
heck yeah, have a good rest of the birthday weekend, man.
Oh
For
yeah, too.
sure.
Yeah, appreciate that.
All right, for sure. All right, Chad, we out of here. JT, you to go. All right, peace,
Peace.
everybody.